Brazil again. 3 times in a row.
This is the superstar of world football at this minute.
Wait their moment, and now the Confederations Cup goes to Brazil.
Gets the ball. I can remember that happening as long United. And the volley, oh, it's a sweetly struck shot. How about that from Neymar? Within 3 minutes, and the Confederations Cup starting. That is what all the fuss is about with this young man.
And that's why Scolari's playing him in the hole behind the main striker when the ball comes across. Watch what Oscar does as well. Good play from Oscar on the right-hand side, getting round the fast post.
Honda is going to be the player who hits this. Oh, and he made that bounce in a wicked way. And Julio Cesar with a good run through. Japan just starting to find their feet a bit. It's just played a bit long. Honda arriving. It was a sniff of a chance.
Well, both fullbacks were high up the field for Brazil. Gustavo had gone in to the...
Endo plays it forward. Here's Honda. Julio Cesar with difficulty making the... looks for the 1-2. It's carried off. It's brilliantly worked. Nearly an own goal. Still might be something for Paulinho. Hogg. Good hit. Not far off the target. Here's Neymar. Fred pulling into space here. He is. Half a chance and a good save from Kawashima, who was going one way and had to get down low the other to keep that out.
And I think that might have gone between the...
Thiago Silva. Neymar again, he's felt by Hasibi. Is that yellow? It might be. Yeah, thought it would. Easton thought about getting a shot away. It never happened that time. Here's Dani Alves to play it in for Brazil. Paulinho! 2-0! Goal at the start of the first half. Goal at the start of the second.
Well, Alves again coming down that right-hand side. I'm not sure he meant to pull the ball back, but what a first touch it was from Paulinho. Got it under control, just set up nicely for him.
Kiyotake, and Japan nearly striking back with Okazaki.
Brilliant ball into the box.
Honda tries to carry on forward. Kagawa nearly got in behind there. And in the end, the shot is... Oscar has played well today. Looking to find Joe here. There might be a third goal here. There is a third goal. Brazil and Joe, the scorer, put the icing on the cake.
But this is all about Oscar. First of all, he picked up the ball.
For a rather fatigued-looking Japan, who frankly on the day were outplayed and outclassed. Neymar started it all off with a...
50% of the television advertisements. Marcelo down. Just enough of a nudge. Brazil free kick. This... He won't. Pull back for Marcelo. It is a reasonably comfortable first save for Mier backing away. Pulled across to Fred. Not away yet. Holt's shot was blocked. Flag is up now. Attempted from Oscar, but going for nothing. Mike Malarkey has had his flag raised for a little while. James. Dani Alves. He's got it in, and Rodriguez got it away, but it's back in with interest from Neymar. He's done it again. Inside 9 minutes of the game, Neymar's second goal at this Confederations Cup. Brazil 1, Mexico 0. Well, I'm sorry. Dani Alves. That's going to beat the keeper nearly. Oh, I didn't think Corona was going to get that. That's Fred. This is Neymar again. He's got past Mier and he's let fly. Just a little too much this time.
Yeah, the way he takes this as well. And first of all, the pass is fantastic. Look, it's sort of clipped into him.
Julio Cesar will watch that one under the roof of his net. I think he knew it was good. Neymar in. It's bounced free, and it's tapped home by Thiago Silva, but won't count. The whistle has gone, the flag is up, courtesy of Mr. Darren Cam.
Yeah, it's a great ball in. A really outstanding ball in from Neymar.
Let the ball run away, but he's onto it again here. It's Hulk, and he's miscued. And he's on a barren run for Brazil. He's gone 6 games without a goal. That should have been a goal. Oh, he's stormed past Salcido, right across the face. He ran past Carlos Salcido as though he wasn't there.
Yeah, really great burst of pace and ability. And just not.
And on with Neymar. Neymar tries to catch Corona out. It's a good save. Man's first international goal. Dos Santos finds Barrera. That's another good ball in. Guardado, and Dani Alves blocks it. Mexico corner. The Mexicans keep on coming. Neymar versus Mier once again. Rodriguez coming to help. Neymar passed them both. 2-0. Joe on target again. We've had to wait a long time for the win to be sealed. Neymar scores one. Neymar makes one. Brazil 2, Mexico 0.
The thing about it, it just looked impossible for him to go through the gap.
Well, they can't do tonight because it is 2 wins out of 2 at this Confederations Cup for Big Phil's Brazil.
He made a vital recovery, but Italy here are full of errors in the opening, 50 seconds? And the keeper has to make a save. Buffon again there. Brazil with 3 massive opportunities. Marquisio back towards Balotelli. Just the sniff of a chance. And now this helps it forward. Flicked on. Neymar through here. And drags it wide.
Excellent play from Brazil. Neymar had another when he scuffed his shot wide. So in the last 20 minutes, I think he did very well.
Neymar plays that into a good-looking area, and a fine save was forced, but it's back into the net by Dante, who scores his first goal as a substitute for Brazil. The unlikely scorer, and Brazil do have the lead in first half stoppage time.
Well, I see it so often. I just think
South Africa, Brazil won that 3-0. Here's Oscar, engineered a bit of room and got the shot away. It was a fair bit of improvisation that by the Brazilians.
Topo get a start of the half. Here it is again. On this occasion, they're just caught offside. They risk by just standing there and holding.
Meanwhile, at the other end here, Italy have an equaliser. Giaccherini with the cross shot. Tremendous finish from him.
Well, what a great strike it was from Giaccherini. Brazil went to sleep. Giaccherini came on as a sub in the first half. He's playing in the hole behind the main 2 strikers. Now Balotelli. It's a long kick from Buffon.
Found his way through. Looks promising. Neymar was brought down now. Where was that? On the edge or outside? If it was on the line, it's a penalty. Difficult to get that ball up and then down again. Oh, but he's done it! Wouldn't you just know it? Neymar again. Quite brilliant.
Well, you think he's going to go over the top of the wall, but he goes the other side. He actually deceives Buffon here. Buffon, and we see it, will just move slightly to go.
Mario Balotelli, 35 yards, deflected on the way through, needed the fists of Chiellini and the Hulk, the best of buddies. Now then, Fred. Still Fred. Goal! Fred. Brilliantly taken. 3-1 Brazil.
And that's what Scolari's just been asking for. The ball played over the top. If Italy are going to try and squeeze up and win it higher up the field, you have to make forward runs. We haven't seen too much of Fred, but there he gets in behind Chiellini. And Chiellini gets his body position all wrong here.
Cantreva. with the corner kick. Balotelli lets it run, and then Chiellini puts it in, but a free kick's been given. It won't count. Or is it going to count? Yes, he has given it. Well, I wasn't sure at all what the referee was doing there. Julio Cesar is having a very strong word and getting in the referee's face. Now, it looked like he'd ruled that out, Stuart.
What he'd done, he'd blown the whistle for a penalty. There was no question about it. The whistle went, and he was going to give a penalty. Then when he saw the ball...
Candreva plays it in. Oh, beaten away. Maggio. He's wondering how he didn't score.
That's one of his attributes as well.
Balotelli! That was a very smart idea. One from the practice ground.
Yeah, they just didn't quite...
No way through. Here's Bernard. Marcelo! Might be something on the rebound. And there is. And that will settle it. Fred again. 4-2 Brazil.
Well, that's the better side of Marcelo, breaking forward with Bernard. But we talked earlier on about Buffon being one of the top goalkeepers. He makes a blunder here. The poor effort from Buffon. Didn't have much pace in the shot from Marcelo. And with the ball...
They've put up a spirited effort, but it won't be enough. They are going to be runners-up in Group A after this 4-2 win for Brazil, who finished the group with a 100
first half. He's well in the hole behind the main two strikers now, Balotelli.
Particularly a supposed superior. Forlan's outswinger, referees see the push. Diego Forlan. Saved from Julio Cesar! National hero! Ear-splitting response! He had a fair way to go. Neymar, foul by Cavani. Neymar's free kick, headed behind. Flung in again by Pereira. Cesar came, Rodriguez loops his header up and over. Now Rodriguez. Forlan, oh, that's close. Not a long way away from atoning for. He's just kept on going here. Marcelo Fred! Wants a corner, not getting one. And you see how strong, and still awaiting that breakthrough. Forward by Paulinho, taken by Neymar! And Fred's in there, and scores! Brazilian breakthrough! It's Fred again! Once he starts scoring, there's very little stopping him. 2 goals to sip. Rodriguez, Suarez, Luis with the semi-clearance, Pereira following up. Cavani equalises! Now that changes the mood. Goal, La Celeste! Edinson Cavani finally impacts on the Confederations Cup. And it is right back in the mix. It's Hulk. Muslera taking no chances. When he strikes a football, it stays strong. Whipped in by Forlan. Oh, just over. Suarez dashing at the near post. Bernard. That's a really good ball. Oscar. Neymar. Now that. Oh, it's line one up. To Muslera. Before Neymar plays in another corner. Brazil back in front. sensational. In by Forlan and headed over for trying for a penalty. He didn't get. The final whistle goes. Get ready, Rio. Brazil are coming home to you. Absolutely staggering. Well, like a precious gem or a grand work of art, this fixture's value is increased by its rarity. It is the first time for 14 years that Brazil and Spain have shaken hands at a full international. They have only met 8 times before, ever. There's rarely a surprise in the Brazilian side these days. The greatest nation in the history of the global game against the greatest team of its current era. Brazil versus Spain. Faced by Jordi Alba. Found a way to Oscar. And then Holt played it in, and Fred got up, and Neymar got a bit of it, and they turned it home! And Brazil lead in next to no time! It's that man again! Just can't help himself! If Neymar don't get you, Fred sure will! Holt wriggled, Oscar assisted, and when Holt delivered, it was either one of two. Neymar couldn't get there, Holt flung a leg at it, and Fred turned it home. A little bit of good fortune. Neymar. Away from Piqué. In by Neymar. Casillas can let it go. And so can Jordi Alba. Fred. Neymar. Oh, it's a lovely touch for Oscar! Could very easily have been two. All the way through for Paulinho. Match winner in the semi-final. And Paulinho's won it again and had a go, and Casillas retreats in the nick of time. Really growing into his... Taken up by Marcelo. Now Neymar was checked near halfway there. And John Kuipers is going to have to take a view. It's just a yellow card. Iniesta! Julio Cesar flung himself down. Turned it behind for a corner. Decided by assists, they have one each of those. Xavi's delivery, and with a genuine determination, here's Fred. He's that across the face. Now right in the face of the Spaniards. Side of him, Neymar inside of him. Hulk has played it for Oscar, who is caught from behind by Ramos as he was about to penetrate. Hulk! Belts it a fair way over. Fred through the middle. Oscar getting up there too. Hulk also. It's played in for Fred. Casillas blocks. And Brazil must settle. In by Neymar, and wide again. Mata onside, Pedro alongside. They've taken out Luis. It is Pedro for Spain. What a stop from David Luiz. An heroic piece of defending. How on earth has he kept that out? Pedro had to score. Vertically up and over the crossbar. There's Xavi's corner. Neymar. Oscar. Neymar. Wow! Picture book goal from the pin-up boy. He is fabulous. There's no stopping that. A quite heavenly goal. Neymar key to the build-up. Oscar intricate with the pass. Neymar was onside. Picked his spot and belted it in. Came back out to Marcelo, who's protected the ball terrifically well there. Oscar, Hulk. Let go by Neymar. It's free. It's Fred again. Sensational. Brazil are running away with it. And not just against anyone. This is Spain they are wiping the floor with. Alba aimed up at Ramos and touched in by Julio Cesar. Navas. Oh, penalty against Marcelo. A little glimpse for Spain, successfully in the semi-final shootout. Sergio Ramos has pulled it wide. Meant to be. Cesar saved one in the semi. No need this time. Of Ellis Park, Johannesburg, 4 years ago in the final. Here goes Hulk. Casillas got some of it, and Alba got some more. Paulinho, Neymar, Marcelo's in behind. Fred was waiting for his hat-trick goal. Neymar running at Piqué, and Piqué has brought him to ground, and Bjorn Kuipers goes to his pocket, and the card is red. The first straight red card of the Confederations Cup. Neymar ripples the net from the outside. Summarises Brazilian football, and here is Neymar all by himself, away from two of them, but not the third. It's a fine covering tackle from Aspilicueta. Villa, Pedro, good save, Julio Cesar. Navas has found him with an excellent pass. David Villa, excellent save, Julio Cesar. He can do no wrong. Brazil again. 3 times in a row, winners of the Confederations Cup. And this time at home in Rio. They have lured.
This is the superstar of world football at this minute.
Wait their moment, and now the Confederations Cup goes to Brazil.